So, Miss Tiffany, so good to have this, meet for us to meet again and have another wonderful conversation. How's your day going?
It's going well. It is summertime. And you know what has just crept up on me? Like we are at the end of summer. We
I
are like
know
2 more weeks or less. We are at the end of summer. Can you believe that the time has flown by so fast? And it's
it
like
did
now
go fast.
the end of it was just the beginning. Just like literally for me, like a month ago, I felt it was the beginning of summer, but now it's like September,
I
Labor Day is,
know, I
is
know
approaching.
it's coming. So, and it's towards the end of summer. It's hot. Like I wake up and it's not even 8 o'clock, and inside the thermostat says 80 degrees, and I'm like, Lord have mercy, it's already 80 degrees. But I should really be appreciative because when the cold hits in, I'm gonna wake up to the same thermostat and it's gonna be like 60 degrees. And so I guess I should enjoy the rest of the summer. So
No, right.
anyway,
Absolutely. I mean, I don't like the cold necessarily as much as I enjoy the heat. So this is fabulous for me. I'm a
nice.
tropical person. When it starts to get cold, I'm like, oh my goodness, because then you have to bundle and you have to put more
Oh,
clothes
I know. I
and
got like floor
scarves and
heaters and
hats, which I don't mind. But that is nice when you're in New York, but when you're in California, it's just a little different because our weather changes and we literally have to carry a jacket almost every day because you don't know.
you have to. California is where we don't have four seasons, so you have to have shorts out. You know how people who live in these four season states, they pack their winter clothes during the summer, and then they pack their what winter clothes, and you know what I mean. They do some packing out of season. But I tell you, if you're in California, you better have shorts summer, winter, spring, fall, and you better have your jeans and your jacket summer, winter, spring, summer, and fall. But
You
you're
did
right. You would just never know when the weather's going to change. And I
right.
know, but
So
so last time we talked about, we had a different interesting topic, but I know just recently we brought up the topic of insurance and the importance of insurance. But more importantly, you had met someone that talked about the importance of travel insurance. And I think a lot of people don't know what travel insurance is. And so I thought it would be a good idea for us to have that topic and just explore that and just let everybody know what it is that you've learned about travel insurance. So, can you give us a little bit of background about, how you met that person and
sure.
let's go with point.
I have I'm the former host of Beyond the Lines with Tiffany Jones on another network.
Mhm.
And I met one of my guests was talking about um, cruise liners and,
Ah,
traveling cruise liners and vacationing that way. But she's been in the industry for like 30 years. She has a very positive attitude about the industry. She has recently, traveled and then talked about her experience and what she's found in her travels, such as in the last 3 months, and how, cruise liners are and what's on board in comparison to like, traveling by plane, what to look out for, what to do. And she does have blogs in which she really discusses this in detail. However, what I found like amazing
mm-hmm.
was in terms of insurance. We have insurance, home insurance, homeowners insurance, we have car insurance, we have medical insurance, we have dental insurance, we have Aflac insurance, we have renters insurance, we have all kinds of insurances, so and insurance policies. But travel insurance was really, like I said, was really something that really was intriguing to me because you really don't know when you might need it. And she was saying her experience, she was coming back from a trip, the plane got delayed. She could, her luggage didn't arrive with her. So she decided at that point before that trip to purchase traveler's insurance. Now, traveler's insurance is nothing that anybody really knows about. but
Mhm.
it's like a necessity now as people are traveling, because there's so many delays in flights. The hotels are not giving the comps anymore as much. You've got, and your luggage is getting lost. You've got
Mhm.
lots of variables that play into that. So she took out a policy, an insurance policy for traveling, and she was able to recoup most of her money. But I thought it was interesting, and I think maybe we'll have her talk to us more about it in detail. I'll have her come and we all kind of like discuss it, but she'll tell us more in detail
So,
how to do
and
that, what it's about. But go ahead.
no, that'll be good. I know that I'm going to be taking a trip next week, and I don't know what the airlines, they do offer some kind of insurance where if you have to make changes to your flight, or if it gets canceled or whatnot, then you have insurance for that. Is that the kind of insurance we're talking about? That type of, or is there a
It's a
separate
separate
insurance?
insurance policy. It's a separate insurance policy that you get through Allianz. Allianz is the insurance carrier on that. And so you purchase it. And so, like, if your luggage doesn't arrive on time, or if it's stolen or something happens in the midst of all that, your belongings get lost, then you take out the policy and then you're guaranteed uh, for it to be recovered. Not necessarily recovered, but you could purchase more things based on
Okay.
the amount that was lost.
I wonder, we should have her on and just get more detail about that, because like you say, more people are, um, and if you have to travel, like you say, there's less By the way, do you know the airlines are charging you for I'm surprised they're not charging you for breathing on the airplane, because I mean, it just charges for what, every piece of luggage now, it just seems like and I get it. It's a business. They have to recoup their losses as well, just like other businesses. But maybe that's a good investment to have travelers insurance, because, right, if you don't look out for yourself, right now other businesses are not going to look out for you. And I know that sounds harsh, but businesses are trying to stay afloat with all the recovering from the pandemic and recovering from inflation. That might be a good topic for us to bring somebody on who actually does that, and talk about
I
that.
think
So,
it's a great idea. And a lot about insurance as well. And the importance of insurance and carrying, the additional insurance, you said, other than the medical, the dental, the vision, and the
yes,
Aflac, and
it's
should
just,
something happen, right? And I think insurance is important in this world today. I really do.
I do too. And I think that, it's funny you mentioned about Aflac. Aflac is a supplemental insurance. And, a lot of times the people that, when I go into businesses as a benefits advisor, benefits broker, and talk to them about supplemental insurance, it's funny. What they are hearing sometimes is there's more money coming out of my check. And I think
Mm.
people who have that mindset, they're missing the point. What they don't understand is that if there's an event that takes place, not only is there going to be money taken out of your check, but your whole life may be disrupted and you may end up filing bankruptcy. And so the challenge with people is how do you get them to not scare tactics, or bring about fear and getting them to make a decision, but just educating them and getting them comfortable making decisions that positive decisions are going to affect their themselves and their families, and look at it as more of an investment rather than an expense.
Right.
Does,
Well, remember when the 401k policies came out, people had to adjust and really think about the advantages and benefits of a 401k. Now you are taking money out of your check every month or week or whenever you get paid biweekly to have your 401k. So or the college fund, or some people have Christmas funds. So it's just a matter of what's important to you. But what I will tell you, in this uh, day and age, or at this moment in time, and with all the different waves of the COVID pandemic that we're experiencing, I would strongly suggest anybody who that has underlying conditions, especially invest in that, because you don't know that. Like I got the first wave I didn't get, I was out fine.
Are you talking about COVID? You're talking
Yeah,
about COVID?
COVID, yes.
Okay.
I hate to, I don't like to bring it up because it brings such a negative vibe to the conversation. But anyway, yeah, I had it, and it would, like, the first wave, I was cool when everybody was getting it. I didn't get it. The second wave, I got the second wave. But the thing of it is like, you're out for like 3 weeks. You're literally, I was out for 3 weeks. And if you have underlying conditions, you could be out for 2 weeks. I mean, or you can go to the hospital, they have a new IV now, or you could get that pack. But regardless of whatever you get, should you be out more time than allowed, you need to have something to supplement.
I agree. But though, let's take the word wave and COVID out and put you had pneumonia, or you had a flu, or you were in a car accident, or you had a minor stroke. Like, all of those words can replace the word COVID or the first wave.
Mhm.
And regardless of whatever you want to call that health event, or that, or that life event, you still need to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? People are going, shh, don't say that word COVID, and it's a negative word. But the point is that any life event that's going to impact your ability to work, your ability to function, your ability to make money, your ability to take care of your family, is a life event, and you need to be prepared. And a lot of people, they're like the ostrich that puts his head in the sand and thinks that just by putting a paper towel over the issue that is just going to go away. And those are the ones that are hit really hard when something happens. They're not prepared. They're not prepared. I mean, we talked about, I've shared this before, but I think it's something like 72% of all bankruptcies are due to medical expenses. And a large number of those people had medical insurance. So people who feel this sense of security because they have medical insurance, it's a false sense of security. They don't have other assets or other resources in place to cover what insurance doesn't cover. Whether it be, insurance may cover their medical, but if you go over your up to your out-of-pocket max, that means you're in the hospital, you're incapacitated. You need to be able to figure out how to keep your life going, your family going. But I think a lot of people are, in denial.
Well, I will say, because of the pandemic, and everyone has experienced it in different ways, but it's so mainstream that people can identify with the reality of that. They lost family members, if they had it, how they felt. So it's like a common thing. When you talk about these other incidences, they don't trigger the same emotion as COVID or monkeypox or smallpox or whatever.
Right.
Down the line, they're going to discover that, is going to be an event where you got to be vaccinated, or, we don't know, we don't have the vaccine yet. And then you might,
right,
and all that kind of stuff. So I think as we start to continue, down this road of the unknown, if you will, in terms of what is next. Well, they say monkeypox is next, and then we don't know what's after that. But if we're going to go down that road and continuously go down that road, then I think that insurance and additional insurance policies would be beneficial, because you really don't know, because they don't know what monkeypox is, right? They don't.
I don't even know what monkeypox. Yeah, we need to make that a topic. Because I have no clue what.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just, what my position is in this conversation is to really get people to understand that if you can't understand a car accident, hospitalization because you had a stroke, because sometimes those happen, or they can occur, or they don't occur, or whatever, and the probability, because you pray, you're very good with supplements and taking care of your body, the probability of that happening can be different than, we all went through something major together. So right, I think people look at it differently. So
no, I agree. But what would be nice is to maybe we can take this conversation and break it down to different levels. And so why don't we plan on that? Why don't we plan on just educating people on the types of insurances that are available, because I tell you, there's a lot out there, and you don't want to go out there and do some kind of eeny meeny miny mo to try to pick the right insurance for you. You want to understand what it is that you're doing based on the goals, or what you're trying to achieve for your family. So why don't we go ahead and table this, and then when we come back, we'll break it down one by one and explore the different types of insurances that would benefit a lot of families.
Yes, I would love that. So thank you so much for having me. And I've got news for you. I will be doing something else, but we are going to have so much fun educating people on what to do and how to do it, and just be of benefit and service, I guess, to people, right? Is that the name of the game now?
That's the way we roll, Miss Tiffany. That's the way we roll. Anyway, well, let me I guess we'll meet again next week. Sounds great.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.